Let that sink in. Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, the power ballad that still gives us chills, has officially crossed 1 billion streams on Spotify. That's massive. But here's the part that stopped me cold. At 75, Bonnie Tyler says she makes almost nothing from it. Nothing. How does a song streamed 1 billion times leave its legendary singer with pennies? If you're over 45 like many of us, you remember vinyl records, cassettes, CDs, and real royalty checks. Stay with me, because this story isn't just about Bonnie Tyler. It's about how the music business changed and how it quietly failed the legends who gave us the soundtrack of our lives. Hello friends, and welcome back to Xplained Daily. This is where we uncover the real stories behind the stars who shaped our memories. Bonnie Tyler's voice is timeless, that raspy emotional power you recognize in the first second. Born Gaynor Hopkins in 1951 in Skewen, Wales, she broke through in the late 1970s. Doctors once told her that nodules on her vocal cords might ruin her career. Instead, they created her signature sound: raw, emotional, unforgettable. Then came 1983. Jim Steinman, the mastermind behind Meat Loaf's epics, wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart. Bonnie recorded it, and the world exploded. #1 in the US, #1 in the UK, #1 across Europe, Australia, and beyond. The song sold millions of copies. It played at weddings, at proms, during breakups. On late-night drives we still remember. For years, royalties from records and radio kept the money flowing. Then everything changed. Just days ago, Bonnie celebrated a new milestone: 1 billion streams. She shared a photo holding Spotify's official plaque recognizing the achievement. Fans flooded the comments. "This song got me through my divorce. My karaoke anthem forever. Bonnie, you're eternal." At 75, she's still touring, still singing, still connecting with fans. It should feel like a victory lap. But then came the bombshell. In a recent interview, Bonnie was asked about the money. Her answer was simple and honest. It makes almost nothing from 1 billion streams. Let's talk about why, because this matters. Back in the old days, selling 1 million records meant real income after the label took its cut. Radio play generated performance royalties through organizations like PRS and ASCAP. Streaming works differently. Artists earn only a fraction of a cent per stream. Industry estimates range from about $0.003 to $0.005 per play before splits. And Total Eclipse of the Heart was written by Jim Steinman, which means songwriter royalties come off the top. Add in record label ownership from contracts signed in the 1980s, long before streaming existed, and the artist's share shrinks fast. Here's the math. At a generous rate, 1 billion streams equals roughly $4 million in total payout. Sounds big, but after the label, publisher, management, and taxes take their share, the artist's portion can be shockingly small. Compared to what fans imagine, it feels insulting. That's why Bonnie called it almost nothing. 1 billion streams does not mean $1 billion. Fractions of a cent per play. We stream her song in the car, at the gym, at weddings, and each play pays less than a penny. This is why so many classic artists still tour well into their 70s. Not for fame, not for charts, but because live shows are where real income still exists. Bonnie Tyler is currently on her Jubilee tour performing across Europe in 2026. She says she still loves being on stage, loves the connection, loves the fans. That human moment matters more than streaming numbers, and that's what makes this story hit home. For our generation, music wasn't disposable. We saved up for albums, read liner notes, felt like buying the record meant supporting the artist directly. Now it's playlists and algorithms. Is streaming killing music's golden era, or is it simply the new reality? Bonnie's honesty shines a light on a system that works great for platforms, but not always for legends. Fans are noticing. The comments say it all. She deserves better. We grew up with her voice. Legends should be paid like legends. And here's the hopeful part. Bonnie isn't bitter. She's grateful. Grateful that her song still lives on. Grateful for the memories. Grateful for the love. At 75, she proves that real talent doesn't expire, even if the payouts do. So let me ask you, friends, Does this make you angry about streaming? Or proud that Bonnie's song is still everywhere? Did Total Eclipse of the Heart play at your wedding, your prom, a turning point in your life? Share your memory in the comments. I read every single one. If this story moved you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more stories about the icons we grew up with, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for spending this time with me. This is Xplained Daily, explaining the heart behind the hits. See you next time.